Well, this was one I was most excited for. This tier list right here. But yo, what is going on, guys? Jay here. Sorry about that weird camera angle, by the way. It's a bit fucking. So this is a video game console tier list, and honestly, I've been really fucking anxious to get this one started. And hold on, this shit's a bit loud, yo. Like, what the fuck, bro? I let me some Ratchet and Clank, but damn, that's loud. I am so fucking excited about this one because I'm seeing a lot of familiar faces here. They're not faces, you know what I mean? Holy shit! It's weird looking at all of these things. Some of them I don't even recognize, but we'll get to that bridge when when it's ready to cross, when we're ready to cross it. So, what better way to start it than with the Atari itself? It started it all. It started the whole fucking trend. Though I'm pretty sure didn't it start off as like one of those arcade machine games, and because it was super big and they were still trying to get the kinks worked off on it, and then they finally came to the point where they had the technology to put it into a smaller thing, and that's when the Atari came out. I could be wrong. Google's right there. If you want to look it up and correct me, go ahead. I could be wrong. But that is the first gaming console ever released to the public. And I mean, come on. It's a great fucking console. It gave us Pong. It gave us Pac-Man. It gave us a really lot of old school games. I mean, what more can you say about it? I mean, well, fuck yes. That's the Atari. We have one here right now. What is this? Pretty sure that's just the DS. Kind of awkward that came next, but Nintendo DS was a great handheld console. It was a great step up from the fucking Game Boy. And honestly, I played the shit out of my DS back then. I was playing. You guys remember WarioWare? WarioWare? Like that fucking little touch interactive game? Like, that was fun. Fucking Mario and Donkey Kong, it was like a puzzle type game. You had fucking Mario Party games on there. You had Super Mario Bros. DS version. What else? I think there was a Mario and Luigi Bowser something story. I forget. But also Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Dude, those are some of the best fucking Pokemon games ever. And it had Kingdom Hearts games on there. 358 Days, Code. Honestly, to me personally, the DS is a fuck yes. Personally. Now, I have no idea what that is. I don't think I've ever played that. What is that? I don't know what this is. It looks so familiar. I'm thinking at the top of my head. Oh, fuck. I don't know. Damn, I'm so sorry. I feel like I should know, but I know what this is. This right here, I'm pretty sure that's the Atari 2600. Yeah. It should be, right? Oh, shit. Atari 2600. What did I play on the Atari 2600? I feel like there wasn't that much of a difference. I remember playing this game called Knockout on there. I had this asteroid game. I had something called Bombtastic or something. Bombtastic something. There was I remember playing this go-kart racing game on there. It was an okay game console, but it didn't really add much on top of the Atari. It kind of felt like the same thing, just different look. I will say the controller change was very nice and very welcome. The colors and the design for the Atari 2600 was pretty nice. So I'll put it on the hell yeah. It's not better than the Atari because the Atari is just too iconic. But it was okay. I have no idea what this is either. What the fuck is that? Looks like a giant keyboard. I feel like I played this, but I don't know. I have to do some research. You see, I was born in 98, right? So while I saw these consoles, but never really got to fully grasp what they had to offer, or what it was like to play these things back in the day. So I feel bad about that. It's, I don't know. I've seen it before. That's what bothers me. Now this one I could never forget. This is the first video game console I ever played. I think I was like 4 or 5 years old, and I got my first Dreamcast. That's one of the earliest memories with video games that I have. Fucking Sonic Adventure, fucking Bomberman, fucking Knockout. What else did I have on there? God, I had a fucking one of the old Dead or Alive games on that shit. I think I had it was not really a remaster, but I had like an updated version of fucking Crazy Taxi, and that's where I first played it on, was on the fucking Dreamcast. Dude, the Dreamcast was like, oh, it was lit, dude. It was really lit. But sadly, that was like the downfall of it, because I don't know, I just remember that game console not getting enough credit, not getting the proper marketing it deserved. I did so much shit with that Dreamcast. Oh my god, I miss it so much. Honestly, for me personally, it was my first gaming console, and it was just so fun to play. That's a fuck yes for me. It was such a great one. What is this shit right here? Oh wait, son of a bitch. Hold on. That's the 3DS right here. I'm sorry. Oh, fuck a duck in the ass so hard. That's the DS. This is a 3DS because I saw the analog stick. The 3DS. Holy bitch nuts. Where do I begin with this one? This one was an interesting change. I mean, obviously it gave us that 3D feature, which was a pretty neat change. But let's be real. Most of us either went blind or had fucking seizures trying to stare into the games with that effect. It wasn't that good. See, unless you're using glasses for 3D effects, don't ever use the 3D toggle on the fucking 3DS. That shit, oh my god. Every time you'd look away from the 3DS, you'd want to fall backwards. But it gave us some pretty cool games. I mean, like, The World's End With You was a great one. So, the new Super Mario Bros. On the 3DS was great. I don't remember much else from it. I remember playing, was there a Metroid game on the fucking 3DS? I don't remember. God, I don't know much about the 3DS. I never had one myself. It had Dream Drop Distance. That's not much of a fucking bonus. But because of that one effect that the 3DS had, it just bothered me so much. I mean, it had its own version of Smash Bros. 4, which was, you know, it was alright, but I'll give it a yee, because it was cool, but nothing great. I don't know what the fuck this is. Game Boy. Oh my god, the Game Boy. I had all 3 versions of the Game Boys. And all of them. Every single one of them were fucking amazing. Like, bitch nuts, I would be in the fucking dark at the middle of the night under my blanket with the fucking Game Boy, and I just hide it if someone comes in to check on me and see if I'm sleeping. Like, the Game Boy is going on fuck yes. Like, you had the original Mario games on there. You had Kirby's fucking Dreamland on that shit. I think that one definitely had Metroid games on there. Fucking, it had the original Donkey Kong game ported on there. It had fucking Pokemon Red, Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon Silver. Like, the Game Boy was fucking fantastic. Now, GameCube, we'll do these right now. Game Boy Color. The color effects was a great welcome. It was amazing. And this one is, I think that's the Game Boy Original, or I'm pretty sure that's just Game Boy Original, but with the flip thing. So it's the same thing, really. Game Boy Color. Like, come on. I don't have to say much else except all the Game Boy, like even the Game Boy Advance, man. It had even better games on the fucking original Game Boy. Like, oh, and I was playing a lot of Chain of Memories on that fucking thing, dude. Like, I swear. Like, I'm a big Kingdom Hearts freak, so, like, all Game Boys. I played nothing but Pokemon games on there. I played nothing but fucking Kingdom Hearts on my Game Boy Advance. I played the original Mario games. I had a Wario game on one of them. I think I had a Harry Potter on one of them, too. I think it was on the Color. Like, that game was fun as fuck, too. Like, Then we get to GameCube. Oh boy, GameCube. Mario Kart Double Dash. Metroid Prime. I think it was called GX? Star Fox or something? Or was it fucking Falcon? I forget. No, it was Star Fox. My dumbass. Fucking Melee? Sunshine? The GameCube had a lot of things. Pikmin? Like Animal Crossing, that's what I mean to say. Like, the GameCube had so many awesome things going for it. Like, I think this is when I started playing Pac-Man World as well. Even before I discovered that there was a Pac-Man World 1 on the PlayStation 1. So, the GameCube game for me, while it wasn't amazing, I'll give it a hell fucking yeah. If you love the fucking GameCube console, give me a hell yeah. You're supposed to say it. Okay. What the fuck is this? I don't know what that is. I don't know what this is. I'm pretty sure that's another version of the Atari. I've played this before, but I don't know the name. I have played it. I remember playing it. But fuck me. I have to come back later to this one. But I have such faint memories of it. I remember it being a good console. I will give it a ye, just to avoid being, oh, you're such a fucking youngster. Like, I played that one. Fuck it. It's so hard to... Let's skip it. Okay. What is this one? Wow, there's a lot of old shit that just look like giant keyboards that I just don't recognize at all. I'm pretty sure, like this one right here. What is this called? You know what? I'm going to do some research on this bitch. Let's see, Sega consoles. We're gonna figure out what that shit is, because if I don't, it's just gonna bother me. Right on the wiki. Blah 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 blah. The Game Gear, huh? First handheld console. Well, for Sega anyway. Played ROM cartridges. Commercially successful. That was outsold by its competitor, Nintendo Game Boy. Obviously, like why the fuck wouldn't it? Sega Pico. What the fuck's a Sega Pico 32X? Why did Sega make all of these random ass fucking consoles, but all of them like just look and feel the same? Sega 1000. Is that on here? I feel like it's one of them. I don't know what this is. I don't know what that is. I think that's the Pico, right? That's gotta be it. The fucking nope. I don't know what this is. These are probably just some third-party ass consoles that I've never seen before in my life. This is another version of the Game Gear. I'm seeing it on fucking Wiki right now. But I will put that there. Game Gear. I didn't even know Sega had its own fucking version of a handheld thing. But I do know that this right here is what? Sega Saturn? No. I'm so unfamiliar with Sega consoles. Please, like, you're free to judge the shit out of me, because I just never played any Sega shit. Oh, fuck me. I don't know. Actually, I swear to God that looks like the Genesis. I swear to God that looks just like the Genesis. Like, I know that these two are both versions of the Sonic Sega CD. But this looks like the Genesis. Now, I did play the Genesis. And it played exactly like the fucking Saturn. Like I said, most of these Sonic, that's all I can say about them, is that I played Sonic on a lot of these Sega fucking consoles. And what else did they have going for them besides that? That's why they're not as memorable. They made too many consoles, and all they had going for them over and over and over again was just Sonic. That's just my experience with these consoles. Honestly, it's eh. What's this one? I think that's the Master System. If I remember correctly, this did not have many games on it. I think this was Sega's first console that had the least amount of games on it. I've seen it, but I've never played it. What's this? Sega CD. If I'm wrong with anything that I've said, please inform me. Like I said, I don't know any of this shit. The rest we'll get to it. But this Sonic CD. Like, I played that shit a lot. And I remember playing some racing game on there, but I don't remember what it was. I remember having so much fun with Sonic CD, but personally, it's I don't have any fond memories of it. I've never played it much. I hope that's it with the Sega shit. Nintendo 64 was amazing. Every fucking game on that console had 64 in it. I remember playing WWF games on there, like the fucking Pokemon Stadium, fucking Star Fox 64, fucking Donkey Kong 64. I think Diddy Kong had a game on there too. Those, oh my god, those games were so fun. Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, like, come on. Do I have to say anything else? This is going in fuck yes. Like, seriously, 64 was ahead of its time. It was the first game to introduce fucking the 3D pixels, man. It was amazing. What is that? I don't know. I'm getting a bit excited doing this shit. Stay hydrated, by the way. Yeah. Anyway, PlayStation 1. Hell yeah. PlayStation 1 was phenomenal. It was a big step up. Really, really big step up. That's when we started getting really hectic with the games. Like, it was already hectic before, but once Sony stepped in the picture, it started going crazy. Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, the Pac-Man World 1 game. Holy fuck. I remember playing a fucking South Park game on that shit. That was lit. I remember having a Toy Soldiers game on there. I played my fucking first Tekken game there. Well, that's where Tekken started, right? Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9. I started playing Dragon Quest on that. Actually, no, I'm wrong. Not Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest I actually played on the NES for the first time. Or was it the Super one, the Super Nintendo? Actually, did Dragon Quest ever release on the PlayStation 1? I don't think so. If it did, I'm not 100%. But PlayStation 1 was a great console. PlayStation 2 was an amazing console. Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank, continuation of Crash Bandicoot games that weren't as great but still good. Jak and Daxter, God of War, Devil May Cry, fucking Twisted Metal, fucking upgraded Tekken games. Fucking, I played Pac-Man World Rally for the first time on that fucking console. Like, the list just keeps going, and it keeps going, and it keeps going, and it just keeps going, it just keeps going. I played fucking Midnight Club there for the first time. I played fucking San Andreas, Vice City, GTA 3 there for the first time. Speaking of GTA, PS1 started with GTA. Like, Shadow of Colossus 2 wasn't that phenomenal, but like, it was a great game, honestly. Like, the PlayStation 2, man. It was the first console to introduce fucking DVD playing. If you had a PlayStation 2 back in the day, you were the coolest kid in the neighborhood. And to this day, it still manages to be at its best I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that the PlayStation 2 still has the most sales out of every console to this day. People still use PlayStation 2s. It's just a great console, man. Now, PlayStation 3. That was a massive leap in technology. That was good, but also very controversial. But it was a big deal back then. But holy fuck, I wish it had come out a year earlier to match with the 360 vibes. But fuck it. Because the PS3 for me personally was a blast. It kept everything going that the PlayStation 2 did. It kept giving us Ratchet and Clank. Later down the road, it gave us another Sly Cooper game. It wasn't as good. It kept giving us God of War. It gave us some new shit. It gave us Uncharted. It gave us The Last of Us. It gave us fucking Heavenly Sword. Fucking Metal Gear Rising I played there for the first time. I played Dead Rising 2 on there for the first time. Actually, I have a PlayStation 3 right here next to me. What are the games I got here going? Fucking Little Big Planet, of course, obviously. I played Portal there for the first time. What else we got? Oh my god, Infamous. Infamous needs to make a comeback. Like I'm telling you right now, Infamous was just such a good game. But I was gonna say they introduced like the whole Move thing with the Kinect camera, but PlayStation 2 actually did that first. I don't know if you knew that, but it started that. PlayStation 3 is going on the hell yeah. Now PS2, while it did introduce the fucking online thing with the whole Ethernet cable thing, PlayStation 3, oh my god, it was free first of all. It had its downfalls because they used to get hacked a lot. But PS3 was a good time. It was a great time. PS4. I don't know. I've had 4 PlayStation 4s in my lifetime. I bought the first one used. I had a power fuck up problem. I would turn it on, it would turn off whenever it wanted to. Traded it in. Got my money back. Got another one. Used. Had the same fucking problem. Bought another one. Third one. It was used again. Same fucking problem. Fourth one. I bought it brand new. Never used. It has a fucking eject problem. With the fucking discs. And it goes to sleep mode whenever it wants to. Maybe that's why everybody kept turning in their PlayStation 4s and I kept getting them used. Because of that shit. PlayStation 4 had fun online. They introduced the whole PlayStation Now thing. That was a good addition. My problem was I wish they included more classics with their lineups. PlayStation 4 controller was nice. The touchpad was a great addition. It gave us some great sequels great successes to the PlayStation 3. Can we say that the PlayStation 4 made a name for itself with its own big hit sequels that weren't just continuations of games from the PlayStation 3? Sure, you had games like Knack. You had games like Horizon. But I can't think much of anything else that aren't just sequels from the PlayStation 3. I mean, sure, you had Spider-Man. We had Crash and Spyro, but those are just remasters/remakes from the originals that were released on the PlayStation 1. Uncharted 4 is just a continuation. Sure, the graphics were amazing. Last of Us Part 2. That was amazing, but it was just a sequel. The graphics on the PlayStation 4 were amazing. It was a huge step. And I don't know. I can't say much for the PlayStation 4. I can't think of many games at the top of my head But this is where I played Kingdom Hearts 3 for the first time. The game I waited years and years and years to play on. And that's mainly where I put in the most hours. It gave us Final Fantasy VII Remake. I remember that too. But that, like I said, it's just a remake of the original on the PlayStation 1. It's very controversial. I'll put it on Yi. I don't know, man. Same with the PlayStation 5. Don't worry, I'm not spitting on the floor. There's a bucket right next to me. PlayStation 5 confuses me. I feel like the PlayStation 5 is everything the PlayStation 4 was trying or wishes it could be. The graphics, once again, huge fucking step. Like the PlayStation keeps going from this to this to this to this to this. Sega just kept doing this. Nintendo did this. The PlayStation, whoop, just kept going and going and going. But what did they do with the games? Oh my god, the games I don't have one myself, never owned one. But the PlayStation 5, I've gotten my hands on it from people, or like friends and shit. But holy fuck, is that controller fantastic. Now, I wish they did more with the home screen. It just feels like it's a better version of that scuffed menu we got on the PlayStation 4. I wish they just divided like the PlayStation 3 did, where you had section and then you scroll, but it's just, all the apps on one line. But PlayStation 5 did it a little bit better. This time you have like blocks, you know, all on one screen on one tab. And then your settings are like on the top row. That's better, but it's not great. I still prefer PlayStation 3. PlayStation 5, great, it has great games. But it hasn't really made an identity of its own to really stand out as much. It's only hype and big because of its name and because of the graphics. Graphics will only take you so far. All I've been seeing from PlayStation 5 so far are either sequels or remakes. And I'm not wrong about that. We got The Last of Us remake. We're getting a Horizon remake. Remasters of games that came out on the PlayStation 4. I mean, that's fine. I'd prefer if you just port it. The only big games I can think of that are exclusive were either God of War, Rift Apart, Ratchet and Clank, and Spider-Man Miles Morales. And that's like half the game the PS4 Spider-Man game was. And Miles is also on the PlayStation 4. So it's like, where's the identity appeal to make yourself like... You get my point. It's alright. No, that's not fair. I'll put it on Yi right behind PlayStation 4. Actually, no, I'll put it right in front of it. Because I will say that some of the benefits with Plus have gotten better ever since the 5 came out. And the accessories, the controls, the way the games handle, it's all better. It's way better. It's fun, though. It's still fun. The PlayStation Portable. Oh my god. This was a fever dream. I wish Sony would do more handheld consoles, but I know they probably would. PSP was just a mini PlayStation 3. You had pretty fun games. You had Killzone Liberation. It had its own Metal Gear Solid game. It had its own God of War spin-offs. It had Ratchet and Clank Size Matters, Secret Agent Clank. It had Jack and Diane Lost Frontier. Whatever that was. It had Daxter. It had Final Fantasy Dissidia. It had its own Midnight Club games. It had its own versions of Dragon Ball Z, Tenkaichi games. Fucking tag team game. That was fucking fun. The PSP was just all around spectacular. Even that console had more classics on the fucking PSP than the fucking PlayStation 4 did. And it had some online mode too. Fuck yes, man. Fuck yes for the PSP. Now, The thing is, I had more fun playing on the handheld consoles than my Sega. So I'd say that's pretty fair. PlayStation Vita, however, this is where things get weird. You would think that something like this, it's essentially the PSP 2. I held up 3 fingers. 2. PlayStation Vita did not have a good marketing system. While it was pretty well known, it was overshadowed by the PlayStation 4's massive success. If you had just done what the PSP did, and this kind of reminds me of the PSP Go. This was like a phone-esque type version of the PSP. You could call on it. I think you could I think it had no, PSP had video chatting on it because it had a little camera connect thing on the top. Why am I talking about the PSP Go? Nobody remembers that shit. I'd put it in It's Alright because it had similar games to the PSP. But the Vita, though, it had its own sequels and spin-offs. It had Uncharted Golden Abyss. It had another God of War game on its own. It had its own Little Big Planet version on there, and it had remasters from the PlayStation 3. Not much went for it, and most of the ports on the Vita were worse. It had, it had scuffed online. It had Bluetooth, which is something the PlayStation 3 didn't really have. PlayStation 4 had it, but it was kind of wonky. You needed a USB to do all that. And it was just... PS Vita deserves so much more than what it got. The addition to the back buttons, they had another R2 and L2 button on the back, like further on the bottom. That was a nice addition. Second analog stick, that was perfect. So personally, I had fun with it. I'll put it on the hell yeah, but it needed so much work. It felt rushed because it had all those glitches and problems. Now, what is this right here? What am I looking at? Huh. Wait a minute. No. That's the Sega Genesis. I think that's the Saturn. Pretty sure that's the Genesis. Regardless, my point still stands from what I said about the Genesis earlier. It's It just stays in its spot. But that's the Genesis. My mistake. What's this? That's the NES, isn't it? That's the Super NES. Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Fucking Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Right? I think that's the one that was on there. I think that was it. I could be wrong. I played Dragon Quest on that shit. Fucking the original Super Mario game. Super Mario Land. The Lost Levels. Donkey Kong. Like, this is a staple in gaming, bro. How could you not like this? Fucking Duck Hunt, bro. Like, this is a... Super NES was just fucking amazing. Now the Switch! Oh boy, the Switch. Oh my god. Ultimate. Smash Bros. Ultimate. The character lineup on that game was fantastic. You have the 64 port collections. We now have the Game Boy games on there. We have the NES games on there. And they're remastering games from the Wii and the GameCube. You have Breath of the Wild. Tears of the Kingdom's coming soon. Metroid Prime Remaster. Pikmin 4 is coming out soon. That new Animal Crossing game. You got some pretty dope Fire Emblem games on there. It's like... Switch is a good console, man. It's a really good console. I love it. Especially with the whole docking thing you can do, and with the controllers and the nunchuck, the little fucking Joy-Cons. I like it. It was a great switch to console gaming when it came to Nintendo. I'm gonna give it a hell yeah. It's not better than the... Is it better than the PlayStation 3 though? No. I still prefer the PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 3 over the Switch. The Wii U, more like the Wii 2. Wii who? Wii U. It was just a bigger version of the Wii with a mini TV. Does anybody remember using the Wii U much for anything else besides Hyrule Warriors and Smash 4? Because I don't. I mean, I had Nintendo Land on there. That was fun. That was fun to play with friends. Super Mario Bros. U was fun. Super Mario Maker was lit. Kirby's Rush. Kirby's something Rush. I forget the name of it. That was fun. I can't think much of anything else. The Wii U was alright. It was alright. It was an okay system. I liked it. The Wii, though, that's going into hell, yeah. Brawl, bro. Fucking Twilight Princess, bro. Like, oh my god, Sonic Knight? That was a lit game. The fucking Mario Olympics. Like, those games are fucking fun as fuck to play. I remember playing the boxing thing with the move. The Kinect games were lit. All in all, not Kinect, that's Xbox. You know what I mean. I played Wii Fit a lot on there as a kid. That was weird, okay? I played Lego. Most of the Lego games I played were on the Wii as well. So, overall, the Wii was a nice change. I like the fucking, the remote. When you have to aim at that little sensor. The analog to connect to your thing, to your controller, was pretty good too. I liked it. Overall, the Wii was a good time. Oh, is that what I think it is? Yes, it is. The Xbox One. The Xbox One 2. It's the second Xbox One. What a weird console. Halo 5, Halo Master Chief Collection, Gears of War, Dead Rising 3, Game Pass, I can't think of anything else. Where's my music, bro? Let me start this shit. What did the Xbox One do differently that the PS4 did? Besides have less exclusives. Paid membership. Okay, they could both reach 4K. Alright. I can't think of anything. I mean, it had better internet connections with the browsing, I guess. I don't know. The only thing I can think of that's been keeping the Xbox going on for so long is the Game Pass and Halo. And even then, those have been going downhill a little bit. Just a little bit. And most of their games are just releasing alongside PC as well. And it's cheaper to game on there than on console anyway. Granted, you have to do a bit more work because you have to get the proper parts and do extra. Well, you gotta do a little bit more work. Sure, the games are cheaper, but you gotta worry about upgrading your PC over time. But it's like, I don't know. The Xbox One is all right. I still play it frequently. I mean, most games that I don't have on my PlayStation 4, I just play on the Xbox One. You know, games that are not exclusive, like Call of Duty and stuff like that. Or fucking, Dead Rising, or the Kingdom Hearts games, I'll play on my Xbox, since they've now been ported to Xbox, which is kind of weird. But yeah, then we go to the Xbox Series X. The Xbox One should have been named Xbox 720. The Xbox Series just should have been Xbox Series. The Xbox Series just feels like a fat Xbox One. Hasn't really done anything different. I can't think of any other exclusive on there besides Halo. And even then, I didn't even need to buy an Xbox Series to to play Halo because I had it for free on my Xbox One and on my PC because I had Game Pass. What Xbox or Microsoft? What are you trying to do with this console? Like, I'm getting sleepy just talking about this because I just can't think of anything. You added one extra button on the controller. That was nice. You overcharge your controllers just like PlayStation 4 and 5 do. Gaming, these generations of consoles these days just feel hype for the graphics and the names. And their microtransactions. I feel like the meta these days is just seeing who can make a longer game and charge them for $70 while competing against these free games that overcharge the shit out of and milk the fuck out of free games with microtransactions and season passes that go on for years and years on end until they just get ported onto the next console. It's like, what happens to just putting in a game, what happened to just spending $40, $50 on a good game that was polished and fun and had unlockables in it, putting it in your console and then just playing it right then and there. Long gone are those days. I'm sorry, but the Xbox Series, I've gotten a chance to play it myself. It just feels cheap. 360. Oh boy, here we go, 360. This was a good one. This was a good change after the original. Very fun, I loved it. I had so much fun getting the Ring of Death on my first two Xboxes. I had so much fun listening to that fat ass fan go. That was fun. I loved getting that first version of the Xbox 360 when I found out that I couldn't play online because I had to buy a fucking extensive hard drive just to connect to the online, only to find out a few months later after that, the next version of the Xbox 360 comes out. Guess what? It's a bit slimmer, it's a bit lighter, and it's got Wi-Fi support in it. It introduced Dead Rising. It introduced BioShock. It introduced Dead Space. Halo fucking Reach. Oh my god. Good, in bold letters, good Gears of War games. I will say it did a bad job at doing remasters from the Xbox original. See, PS3 handled that a bit better, because at least there was a version of the PS3 that you can get and put in PlayStation 1 and 2 games in. But it had to have a certain serial code, and it was just, 360 didn't handle that all too well. But, overall, it was a fun game. Fun gaming console. I'll put it on the hell yeah. The only reason I'm putting it higher is because Sony just overall has more exclusives, and I had more games for it. The Xbox original was fucking amazing. I played Destroy All Humans on there for the first time. I played Rob the Zombie on there for the first time. I played my first Ace Combat Air Force games on there. That's where I was playing. It had better fucking internet support compared to the PlayStation 2 as well. It had the first Shrek game on there, which was an exclusive. It had exclusive Star Wars games on there. It had extensive add-ons to Star Wars Battlefront 2 on there that the PS2 version didn't come with. The Grand Theft Auto games ran better on the fucking Xbox original. It introduced Halo Combat Evolved. It fucking, it introduced fucking, I think, what else did it introduce? I don't remember. But, oh yeah, Xbox Live was fucking such a good experience, first of all. Such a good experience with online gaming. Like, I never had trouble that I had a PlayStation 2. Because when I go on games like Star Wars Battlefront 2, or Ratchet Deadlocked, Ratchet 3, or if I tried playing Call of Duty on there, like Finest Hour, I had so many lag problems, or I would get sign off of spyware for no fucking reason, or was it called Spynet? I forget. Original Xbox didn't do that because it was bigger, prettier. I'm sorry, it had a prettier design. It just looked awesome. Fat ass controllers. This is going on to hell yeah, or fuck yes, right behind the fucking Nintendo 64. I just love this era. This era right here with the GameCube. I had to move it up there. I'm sorry, but that was a great time. Now I'm surprised that I didn't put anything in I'd Break It. But there you have it. There's my tier list for video game consoles. This one came out a bit weirder than I thought. I just realized something. I've been at this for so long that it got dark outside, and when I pulled up my studio, I'm dark as fuck in the camera. Well, here I am. So for I don't know how long I've gone without you being able to see me, but you heard me. That's all you needed to see. You saw my tier list. That's all you needed to see. There it is. There's my tier list. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're mad at everything I've done, it is what it is. Everyone has different experiences. I did this one, and I had fun with it, and that's all that matters. That's all I'm going to say. So anyways, until the next one, stay fantastic.